My next guest has been described as a creative force of nature, a film producer, PR consultant, art director, singer-songwriter, a woman who has showcased Jamaican art to the world. I'm Penny Lane, and In the Driver's Seat starts now. Here in Jamaica, Maxine Walters is simply called Auntie Max. In movies, she's produced films like Brad Pitt's Legend of the Fall, among scores of international movies, music videos and commercials with stars like Usain Bolt. She's loved here. Auntie Max has been honoured by the Jamaican government with an Order of Distinction. Maxine Walters, welcome to In the Driver's Seat.
Thank you so much, Penny. It's wonderful to be here.
Wow, what a life you've had. Absolutely amazing. Now, where was you born and where did it all start for you?
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and I think it all started with birth. I came popping out, my mother said, ready to go. But later on in life, my older sister was once in a market, and she overheard two women having a conversation about me. And they were saying, "Oh, that Maxine Walters, she's so crazy." And my sister got so upset that she got into an argument with these women. She came home and she said, "Can you imagine these women were saying these things about you?" And I said, "But that's great. To be crazy means that you're free to do whatever you want."
Oh, I love that.
So I stayed crazy.
I knew we got on. Now, you started off as an air hostess. How did you go from being an air hostess to a movie producer?
Wow, purely by mistake. Everything in my life has been accidental. It's as a flight attendant, I enjoyed it, and then I got promoted to being a sales rep for the airline, PR officer, and I traveled around and met a lot of people along the way. And there was this actress, Ray Dawn Chung. I don't know if you know who she is. She was a big actress in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I met Ray Dawn here in Jamaica while I was doing a show on stage showing an item, a sarong I'd created for the tourist market called a kanga, which I used to model with two models at a fashion show. I DJ to reggae music, and we'd dance and we'd twirl and we'd show our ways of tying this thing. And Ray Dawn was in the audience one evening and came over to me and said, "Hey, it's great to meet you." And we became friends. And then I moved to LA a few years later and ran into her. And she said to me one day, "There's a film I'm in and there's a role for you." And it was a role playing Whoopi Goldberg's double.
No way.
In a feature film. It was called Clara's Heart.
Yes.
So I auditioned for this, didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
And accidentally, again, I ended up being in the film business. After that, I lived in LA, I worked for a Jamaican company. But there's all the time before that, when I was founder of Reggae Sunsplash, the greatest reggae festival in the world, along with 4 other guys. I was...
What kind of artists did you have playing then?
What kind of artist?
Yeah, who were the big names then?
Oh, the big names. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, the Mighty Diamonds.
Wow.
Third World. It was all the big artists. It was 1978 when this fellow Tony Johnson, a Jamaican, arrived and said, "Reggae is huge in California. Why aren't we doing shows here?" Then I did the sarong business. Then I sort of moved into filmmaking because at that time, any production coming into Jamaica would come either through the Jamaica Tourist Board or Air Jamaica. And I was always asked to do it. So I became a movie producer, again, by accident. And a friend of mine said the other day, "I think your name should be Maxidental." So I'm going to change my name.
But do you know what, Maxidental, you might have fell into them by accident, but you don't keep it by accident. You've got to have been good at all those things because you've produced some amazing movies. What are some of the biggest movies you've produced?
Well, usually I produce the Jamaican section of those movies. There was Legends of the Fall.
What was that like?
It was hard. It was fun. Brad Pitt was great.
Was he?
I'd met him before on a television series that we did, and his best friend was one of the stars of it. And I'd arranged some stuff for them to go up to Negril, and I completely forgot about it. I mean, I'd seen him in House Stella, you know, that first film of his. And I was walking on the set one day and I thought, oh my God, who is that really great looking guy? And by then his hair had been done, you know, blonde and the beard for
Yeah.
Legends of the Fall, which was an amazing film. And as I walked past, he said, "Hi, Maxine." And I went, "Oh." And he went, "It's Brad." And I went, "Oh my God." He looked so incredible. And he remembered me.
Oh,
And it was, you know, the two things were just really very special. Really nice young man. He was
yeah.
great.
Who have you enjoyed working with? Because you're working with some phenomenal stars. Who's been up there for you?
I worked with Denzel Washington.
Oh,
And I was inspired by Denzel because he came to me. I was a dialogue coach with
yeah.
him.
How did he learn?
He was very diligent.
Yeah.
I taught him in unusual ways, but he was intense. He was
Yeah.
intent about his purpose and just worked at it all the time, you know. I think that's how one is successful in anything. That's how I've worked in my life. I think, you know, you have to have that passion
Yes.
to make it.
And you collect dancehall signs. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, I collect dancehall street signs. It's another one of these things, accidental. Accidental. I woke up one day, one night, I was running a hotel on the coast here, and there was a knock on the door late at
Yeah.
night. And it was this Peace Corps volunteer who had nowhere to live.
Oh, really?
So I said to her, "Come in." I had a 3-bedroom house and I gave her a space. And she'd bring these she was an artist, interesting pieces home all the time. And when she was leaving, she brought me a gift. And it was a dancehall street sign. And they'd been around the whole island. We thought they were rubbish. You know, lots of people, you know, they would throw them out. The parish councils would burn them, all this stuff. And I looked at it and I went, "Oh my God, that's art. It's free art." You know, so I started collecting them with a passion. They're like my life. I love them. They're fantastic. And when my father, before he died, helped start the only cancer care hospice. And so when the hospice needed money, I made a book.
Oh,
And I did the book to raise funds for the hospice. And so the book was very successful. It's taken me all over the world, showing the signs.
what's the name of the book?
Serious Things Are Gonna Happen.
That's a great title.
Well, the best part of it is with what's happening in the world today, every time somebody says serious things, I go, promotion. Serious things are happening. Yeah,
Perfect.
promotion.
And you've shown your collection all over the world.
I've shown my collection all over. I mean, we've been to New York, Paris, Berlin, Montreal, LA. So I've been all over the place with them, and people love them.
And
They're
how are they received in countries like Berlin or somewhere where you wouldn't think reggae would be part of the DNA of it? Is it
Reggae
how
is
is it-
huge.
is
Reggae
it
is
big
huge in
over there?
Berlin.
Oh,
Yes, it's
good.
huge in Europe.
You're going to have to
And-
bring it to Australia. Is there
Yes.
any plans to bring it there?
No, but now we can talk about it. That would be great because I know it's big in Australia too.
And
Thank
if
you.
was the one factor to your success, if you had to put your finger on it?
Honesty. Just being honest about everything I do. And Jamaica. Jamaica is a passion. It's my passion. And basically, whatever I've ever done always somehow surrounds Jamaica and things Jamaican. I love this island passionately.
And if you had to give any advice to any up-and-coming filmmakers or anybody that wanted to walk in your path, what advice would you give them?
I would say you don't attempt it because it looks like it's interesting. I'd say, first of all, learn a little bit about what you're doing. Then, if you have that passion, you must have the passion because it looks beautiful. It looks like an exciting world, but it's very, very hard work. And when the work gets on top of you, you need to have that feeling that makes you keep going. Be truthful, have the passion, and work your ass off. And never be afraid to just take a chance, you know? take a chance on stuff sometimes.
I can't believe we're out of time. I could sit and talk to you all day.
Oh God, we have tons of things to talk about.
Thank you so much for
Okay.
coming in the driver's seat. The legendary Auntie Max.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
This
Okay.
is In the Driver's Seat. It's brought to you by the Perfect Cosmetics Company. You're watching Ticker, and we'll be right back.